want to talk to you about poisonous houseplants and the plants that you can grow safely at home if you have pets and kids, and still, even if they would ingest, bite some of your leaves of your plants, nothing will happen. So I have looked at the videos and I wanted to understand which plants are the most loved ones by you. And here I have a list of, I would say, most favorite plants that we grow indoors in our homes, and I want to go over them and let you know which ones are poisonous, which ones are not. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you also my sansevieria that's blooming. If you would like to see the specific video about it and how you can make your snake plants flower, you can check the previous video. But let's start from snake plant. And snake plants, yes, they are called already Dracaena, the whole family, the name. Now they're not sansevierias anymore, but they're Dracaenas. Still, just to make sure that you know what plant we're talking about snake plant. So yes, they are poisonous. They are succulents, and if you have plants or babies, kids, make sure they do not bite, chew the leaves, because this can cause all sorts of problems, starting from just irritation on the skin until digestion and maybe even vomiting, more serious issues. So now that we are talking about poisonous plants, it's not really like deadly plants, but in any case, you try to avoid them. I do not say throw them away, because then most of my collection would need to go in the trash or to someone else. But at least you need to know about this, and you need to make sure that if you have a toddler, if you have a baby, if you have a pet, maybe you put them in a way that it's not easily accessible by kids, or you pay attention to. I would say ideally we would teach our kids not to touch the plants until they understand what is what, but sometimes let's face it, it's not possible to watch them 100% all the time, 24/7. That's why we need to create environment that's safe for our babies, kids and pets as well. Well, next on our list is Monstera, all varieties of Monsteras. And if you have watched my previous videos, you know that I have a Monstera that grows till the ceiling, so of course I'm not gonna get rid of it. But I will need to make sure that my baby will not have access to it until the baby will understand that no, you're not supposed to touch it, because the leaves are basically poisonous. And this refers to all varieties of Monsteras. So when I tell you about a plant, it's not really about one specific variety, but the whole plant type, let's say. And by the way, hi, I'm Anna. I help you grow beautiful and healthy houseplants and do gardening so that we feel relaxed, happier, and it's so much fun to live with plants, right? So the next is philodendron. Again, mica, all the varieties that you may know, they are also slightly poisonous. These are plants that we usually grow as hanging plants in baskets. So maybe this is a really good idea to still have these plants, but you can have them growing something hanging where kids and pets will not have access to it. Next is my favorite, and this is Tradescantia, right? So we know that this plant is such a loved one. I think one of the videos that has the most views on my channel as well is wonderful Tradescantia, Zebrina, Albiflora Nanook, and there are so many other varieties. This is definitely the best plant, especially for beginners, but not only. I have several Tradescantians in my collection as well, and yes, it is poisonous. Ficus, what do you think? Yes, ficus is poisonous as well. Again, all varieties. We're talking about all varieties. Maybe it's not really, again, very poisonous. It's mildly poisonous, but still, you wouldn't like to even have your baby rash on the skin, right? So try to make sure that you put them away. Of course, sometimes it's hard because ficuses are really big. They grow as trees. I have 3 trees of my own, so I need to move them into other rooms maybe and see how I reorganize my plants. Next is your most favorite, peace lily. This one, I may say that this is really poisonous. All varieties of lilies, even the ones that you grow in the garden, they are poisonous. So try to keep them away, plant them in a way that, again, no pet, no kids will have access to, because yes, even though we don't assume that kids go and start to eat everything, but it's possible. My baby, when we would put her on the grass, would like to even dig the grass with the fingers, and we'll let her do it because that's how they learn, right? It's different textures. She really loves the grass and the leaves. Maybe it's kind of mama feature. That's why she's, my baby. She likes already the plants and green stuff, and she likes to touch the branches and everything, but it's poisonous. So try to make sure, again, it's far away from the reach of your kids, of your babies. Next, okay, let's say last two is anthurium. Again, one of the plants that you love so much, and there are so many varieties, starting from these most spread ones until very expensive rare varieties. Yes, they are poisonous. If you grow them in these IKEA cupboards with a lot of humidity and the doors are closed, basically the babies cannot really touch them, do it. But if you're just like me and your plants are growing in one space, try to think what to do with it. Again, move somewhere else. The last plant, and I want to mention this plant because it's again one of the plants that is very spread due to its ability to grow in any conditions, and it is ZZ plant. You can grow it in shade, water, don't water, doesn't matter, it will grow, and that's why we love it so much. And even if you don't have it, but it grows everywhere, people have them in the hotels, even at the doctors, if you would go at the reception or in the waiting rooms. Here where I live, this is one of the most beloved plants to have in hotels, restaurants, doctors' offices, anywhere, literally anywhere. So please be mindful of that too. Okay, so what you can grow at all. I want to mention just 5 plants that you can safely grow, and any variety of these plants you can grow safely. But again, I'm not a scientist, so do your own research before you decide what plant you want to grow. And one of them is spider plant. This is one of my favorite plants. Again, it's amazing for beginners, but I still have it too, even though I grow houseplants since, I don't know, my childhood. But these are one of the best plants to have because not only they are purifying the air, but they just grow so nicely. And these hanging flower spikes that have babies at the tips, they're just amazing. They're gorgeous plants, and even though they're so spread that people sometimes don't see value in it, but yes, they are amazing. You can definitely grow them safely. Number 2 that I would like to recommend is the plant that has, again, one of the most views on my channel, and it's Pachira aquatica, the money tree. Yes, you can grow it absolutely safely, and it's also a tall tree, so there's not much that your toddler, your baby, your pet can do about it. They cannot really access the leaves if they don't grow at the bottom. But yes, in any case, it's safe to grow them. The wind is so strong that I think the camera is gonna fall at one point. So let's speed up. The next is marantas. Yes, you can grow them. They are very beautiful with different variations of colors, and just the patterns on the leaves are amazing. You can have a huge collection of marantas. In my area, at least 4 are really widespread, and yes, you can have already 4 different varieties of absolutely not poisonous plants, and you can grow them safely in your places. The next that I want to recommend is string of hearts. Again, this is an amazing succulent-like plants, and you can grow them in the hanging baskets or just in a pot. They flower very amazingly and very uniquely, I would say. They have these very cute heart-shaped leaves, and you can definitely grow them wherever you want. And then the last one. The last one on my list is Hoya, and why I decided to mention Hoya as well, because there are varieties of Hoyas that are so easy to grow. Once they are established, they grow like a weed, they flower non-stop, and you don't even need to worry if you water them, if you didn't water them whenever you remember. And I have a collection of maybe 25-30 varieties already. Any variety you can basically grow them. Sometimes they can be really hard to establish if you have a cutting without a root. But once the plant establishes itself, there is no stopping it, and you can have a huge collection of houseplants just growing Hoyas. What else would you recommend? If you would like to grow the list, let's write in the comments all the plants that are safe to grow in our conditions, in our homes, when we have pets, babies, kids, toddlers, and even ourselves. So stay passionate about plants. I'm looking forward to see your plants and your comments, and I'll see you in the next one.